For question 4 of my A-level media project evaluation, I need to discuss how did I integrate technologies, software, hardware, and online in my project. To start off, I'll be talking about the camera and how I utilised it in my project. Using the camera, we utilised certain aspects that were available to us, specifically the zoom tool on the camera. We used this for filming certain shots, like the phone scene, context shots of tree branches, and the scene where we show the river through a hole in the bushes. By doing this, we were able to capture specific details, but also to give more of a handheld effect in the filming, which made it seem more natural in our project. This natural aspect again added to how we wanted our characters to be relaxed and natural in their environments before ultimately disappearing. Technology played a huge role in how we created our project. The image you can see on screen is the first project I made on Final Cut, a basic use of clips, audio, and text. The new image shows the depth of the project, the click, and highlights the many layers of technology in terms of shots, music, sound effects, text, and transitions. The transitions that we used made our shot cuts cleaner and helped to create a continuously flowing project and helped to also blur out any major issues. I laid multiple sounds over our project to get the eerie feel. Initially, I chose a copyright-free music base of the project, which as you can see, flowed throughout the entirety of the movie introduction. I added this in by changing it from a YouTube clip to something that I could import into Final Cut. I then layered specific sounds that correlated to the scenes, like the river, where I layered water sounds. I also layered different bird sounds, as all of the clips were filmed outdoors or outside of a home. This helped to add to the naturalistic feel of the project and again helped add more context to the scenes. I then went ahead and looked through specific scenes to add in individual sounds. For example, the scene where a dove flies from the water tower. I imported the sound of a dove to specifically add to the scene to again enhance the natural feel of the piece. I did the same for the scene of the girl running, where I imported sounds of her running on a muddy path, which I then lowered the sound of to blend better with the other music and the other background noises. To add these in, I used the built-in Final Cut background noises and picked these from their options. I did the same for the end of the project, where I picked out 2 different kinds of typing, one harsher and quicker, and the other slower and more dramatic. For our main sound, the finger click, I got this off of YouTube and again changed it into a file that I can import into my project. EduBlogs has been great for documenting my process and progress throughout the making of my project. I have used it to document drafts of my work, like the many storyboards I made until I finally made one with enough detail. I also used it to store a lot of my own research, such as my findings from my primary and secondary research on audiences of horror films, title sequences research, and movie introductions research. Overall, using this has helped me to keep me up to date and keep my project running smoothly to meet deadlines, as well as organising my work by my most recent edits.